Rachael, what made you decide to go into rallying?
I've wanted to do it since, as soon as I passed my test. I've always enjoyed kind of working with the cars and doing stuff like that. But because I had the horse, it was a case of I couldn't afford to do both. And I competed my horse quite to a high level, affiliated, and it just meant that the funds weren't there to do both. And Spud's now semi-retired, so it was a case of we've got more time, the weekends are freed up, and just gone from there really.
So you've done a handful of events now. Have you found it easier as you've gone along, or has it gone harder?
To be honest, I didn't know what I was expecting. Like I went and watched several events, and it was nothing to what I thought it would be. It's totally different, and it is a lot harder than you think of just jumping in the seat. There's so much. Every time I get in the car, I'm learning different things. So yeah, it has been a wake-up call, but I'm enjoying every minute of it as well.
So we've seen your car. What made you decide on that car and its name?
Percy. We were looking at, obviously, depending on whether we were going to go down the gravel or the tarmac route, we were asking several people what was the best car. We knew that Andy Gwynn, who obviously was instructing me, he's got a lot of 106s, and it was a case of just little things like we were advised try not to get a car with a sunroof, and so we were kind of toying between getting a Vauxhall Corsa or the 106. And then we were looking around, and just for the benefits of having the 106, that was the choice really, and it meant with we wanted to do the BTRDA gravel, and that car kind of fitted in nicely. But he's been known Percy since the day. It was either that or Paul, but we thought we can't really have Paul the Berger, so he's just gone with Percy Patterson.
So what's been the most valuable piece of advice you've had so far?
I think everything has been valuable, but this won't come in use towards the men, but the guy who logbooked my car, the first thing he said was, make sure you don't wear a wide bra. So from now on, so obviously it's not going to affect the men, but no, so that was my top tip, not to wear a wide bra.
So what are the goals for your first rally and beyond?
Just to make it round, because we've had, unfortunately, with the Wydeen, we had the problem with the strut coming off before we'd even kind of started, and we managed to repair that, but unfortunately we went outside the time. We were still able to finish, and then obviously on the Wydeen, unfortunately my drive shaft went on the final stage, so it is a case of being able, I'd love to be able to just kind of finish, and hopefully that's what we're aiming for with Somerset. And with regards to kind of the future, it's a case of seeing what sponsorship and help I can get, and just going from there really, because the funds we've budgeted and we've looked to see how long we can do this, and maybe we're hoping that next year we can look at taking Percy into the 1400 class S to see. So that would be our aim, and then maybe the BRC in a few years' time, see how it goes.
So obviously your weekends are jam-packed at the moment. If you didn't go into rallying, what do you think you'd be doing with the weekends?
I think I'd still be doing a lot with the horse. Maybe I wouldn't have contemplated on kind of retiring him soon. I do a lot of other work, kind of promotions work for motorsport teams. So my weekends were always packed, and even if I wasn't doing the rallying, there'd always be stuff to do. I don't like sitting around, to be honest, so I do like to be out on the go. So it's still doing something dirty, maybe just with the horses instead.
So what's been the most memorable rally for you so far?
Oh, I don't know, because I haven't done that many. Well, I've done obviously Wydeen, Malcolm Morrison, and I did a tarmac at Bovington. They've all had their own bits. I mean, I was just great to see, although we had the problems with the Wydeen, just to be able to finish. Although we were outside the time, the fact that I'd got round and it was that horrible weather where it was just icy and snowy, I was just kind of more excited that I'd finished. So, and then the Wilson was brilliant, and I learnt so much more on the Wilson, but it was just a shame that we had that problem with the drive shaft, because it would have been nice to have finished.
So I'm sure you've got a favourite rally car?
I do quite like the Fiesta R2. Maybe Father Christmas might be nice. I've always liked my Fiestas, but I'll be dreaming if I get one of them. If anyone nice out there wants to donate one.
So you help raise awareness for the charity, and that's what you're doing here today as well. Is it close to the heart?
I met the Race to Recovery guys last year, and if anybody knows or has seen them on Top Gear, they're the most inspirational, determined bunch I've ever met. And they just hit me, and I thought they were such a good laugh to be around. So I did several events with them where it was just promoting the charity, making people aware of them basically. And because their aim was to go to Dakar in 2013, and they've recently completed the Touareg Rally where they did really well. And so I'd love to be able to back them and help them in any way that I can, really.
So you obviously can't be doing this all on your own. Have you got a good team behind you?
I have. I've got Mother Hasler, who's my top PA, and there's my stepfather Mick, who has been absolutely fantastic with regards to, because we built the car from scratch, and we bought Percy at the beginning of November last year, so it was a case of we didn't have much time to the YD, and so people, my friends, have just been piling in, and so I wouldn't have been able to have done any of this without them. So I am very much in debt to all of them for their support and help, and for the year to come when I start putting dents in and breaking things.